This is the Dawg podcast. I'm your host, Matt DeBritz. So Syracuse wins tonight against Virginia Tech 82-72. Earlier today, I predicted, or I thought, that the combination of Edwards and Girard have to score 35 points together, and then Girard, Edwards, and Mintz would have to score 50 points together. Well, I was kind of right and a little wrong. So Girard and Edwards combined for 37 points. Girard had 24, Edwards had 13, and Mintz had 12. So I predicted 50, and they scored 49 together. I also said, where would the other 20 points come? Because that's kind of where Virginia Tech's scoring is about 70 points per game in conference play. So Syracuse need at least 20 more points. Where did that come from? Got that answer, though. Maliq Brown and Justin Taylor. Brown had 11, Taylor had 10. 21 points there. The rest of the scoring came from Chris Bell had 6 points, Symir Torrance had 5 points, and Benny Williams only had 1 point. I'll get more to Benny Williams in a minute. I want to talk about Maliq Brown. Maliq Brown, as I've been saying the whole season, guy just does his job. He comes in, gets rebounds, he scores around the basket, he's efficient, and now he's put 2 games together that are really good. Last game against Virginia, he had 10 points, 3 for 6 shooting, 8 rebounds, 4 for 6 from the line. And tonight, he came out again. He had 11 points, 12 rebounds. And in the last 2 games combined, he's 8 for 13 field goals, 5 for 7 from the foul line, 10.5 points per game, 10 rebounds per game. And that's the type of guy forward Syracuse has been looking for. Boeheim's been looking for that answer at forward. We need a rebounder. Check. We need a guy who's efficient. Check. Besides the stats I already mentioned, deflections, a few blocks, moving around the zone and kind of finding the open spots when he needs to be there. So that's a positive. Justin Taylor, positive, 10 points. He had an okay game against Virginia too. So is this now the lineup that Jim Boeheim's going to go with? Because Benny Williams, he barely played at all. 8 minutes or 9 minutes, something along those lines. 8 minutes. And Chris Bell, 9 minutes. They both started the game, but really didn't play that much, as I just said. And Benny Williams didn't even start the second half, and he was noticeably pissed off. And it's hard to understand what's kind of going on there. Maliq Brown's just playing really well, and Justin Taylor's playing pretty well. And I know Benny can play that well because we've seen him play that well, right? But I think that maybe what's going on there is that Brown just, like I keep saying, just does his job. And I think Boeheim's thinking, like, this is the type of guy I need to plug in here. Even though he wants Benny to be that third guy or fourth guy, he hasn't shown the consistency yet. And everyone's kind of waiting for that breakout at points. But tonight, you could tell how pissed off Williams was. And I'm hoping that, that him being pissed off makes him go nuts in the next game or the next practice where he gets mad. I haven't really seen him get mad. I mean, that's not true. We've seen him get mad. He ripped his shirt off in one of the games, and I've seen him kind of have a little more fire. But I think we need to see that fire on a constant basis for him to get more playing time. So, no need for the press tonight. The zone worked pretty well, although early on, Mutz was killing it, is what I thought would happen in the game because he did it last year. And Basili was also scoring off of Mutz, but sooner or later, Syracuse kind of figured that out, and Mutz couldn't make those shots. Those passes were getting deflected. Syracuse built a 22-point lead, and there was no turning back really from Virginia Tech. Although down the stretch, Syracuse got a little sloppy. They got outscored 29-17 in the end, but the game was kind of in hand. They were in cruise control. So I think a good win, good team win, as far as everyone kind of contributing that played. Still a question at forward with Benny Williams and Chris Bell. Will there be a new starting lineup in the next game? That's all I got for the Dome Dive podcast for tonight. Check me out on social media, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, facebook.com/group/DomeDivePod. You're a Syracuse fan, you want to talk Syracuse hoops, jump on in there. And now on TikTok. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. More subscribers for me means more people will see my stuff, which makes me happy because it's a lot of work that goes into these. All right. Have a good night.